Howdy, hey. I was just watching the Teen Mom 2 reunion. I'm far back now. I'm just now watching. I started watching when I got pregnant, and I just kind of been invested since then. So I'm watching like Teen Mom, the OGs season. I don't even know what season it is, child. It don't even matter. But anyway, what stood out to me, the situation at hand, is the fact that one of the women on there, she already got kids. I think she got 2 or 3 kids. I think she got 2 or 3 girls. Yeah, she got 3 girls. And she dates this guy, or I guess she's talking about how she broke up with the guy. They're not together no more. But she was dating this guy. Real good dude. You know, as I'm watching the show, I noticed how the dude was, he looked a certain way in the beginning. And after they had been together for some time, and, the season they had came back and started doing a new season or whatever, Buddy was looking rough, looking like he was going through it. Now, he was still in his same profession. I also have this same profession. So I understand how people can gain weight and all of that stuff, over the years with this profession. But Buddy was just looking like he was just, he was just he looked like he was going through it. Now, what really stood out the most to me was the fact that this man don't have no kids. She got 3 kids. They move into a house together and they talking about children. They talking about having kids. And she like, what you mean? What you mean? You really want to have a kid? You don't think 3 kids is enough? You really want to have a kid? And he's like, yeah, I really want to have a kid. This is my issue with females sometimes. This is my issue right here. And it really, I'm saying it's my issue, but it really ain't, because I really don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. But this just grinds my gears a little bit when I hear this shit. Is the fact that you talk about what you want in a man, right? And then you get the man that you manifested, because that's all you're doing when you speak it out loud. You manifesting him. You get it, and then you're like, well, he don't have this. And then he don't have this. After a certain amount of time, you realize he don't have certain things that you really, really need, or that you really, really wanted. Here's my thing. You have to be specific when you manifest. The universe is going to give you what you want. But you got to be specific. Blah, blah, blah. You got to be specific. Okay? If you want X, Y, and Z, and a little bit of A, B, and C, you got to put that shit up in there. Because if you don't, the universe is going to send you exactly what you asked for. Also, while also sending you exactly what the hell you need. Whatever energy you are putting out that you don't say. The stuff that you don't say. That's why you got to be careful with your energy as well. Who you keep around you, what you do, what you say, all of that shit matters. But even what you don't say, the things that you think, the universe is, yeah, baby, hold on. The universe is trying to give you all of that. And you got to decipher, whether or not this is what you want or whether or not it's not what you want. But you will manifest these men and then get mad when you get these men because they don't have these other qualities, because you didn't speak on these other qualities. You never said within your manifesting that okay, let me take it back. Hold on, baby, hold on. Let me get this point out. You sat up there and talk about how you want a man to take you on dates, pay for all this, do this stuff, and treat you good, and all of these different things, which is cool. If that's what you want, it's cool. But not one time did you ever open your mouth to say, well, I already got kids, and I want a man to accept my kids, but I also want a man who don't have no kids, and he don't even want to have no more kids. How about you get that fucking specific? Because you need to do that. You need to do that. If that's what you want, you need to say what the hell you want. Speak it. But you don't even do that. And then you get the man, and then the man realize, okay, yeah, he never not one time ever said he didn't want to have kids, at least on the show. I don't think that man ever said he didn't want to have kids. I don't think. But just common freaking sense. If you got kids and you with a man who don't have kids, if he don't ever express to you nothing about not having no kids, it's a 50-50 split. He might want them, he might not. But that's some shit y'all got to discuss. Y'all got to talk about that. And I'm just sitting there watching the show, and I'm just listening to the stuff that's being said. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, she really is questioning this man, or just kind of like looking at him with the bombastic side eye because he want to have a kid, at least one. Okay, you got 3. But you sure we ain't good with 3? Them ain't his kids. Them is your kids. Yeah. Them is your kids. So yeah, this man might want his bloodline to keep on going. Now, don't get me wrong. There's some people out there that don't have no kids, that don't want no kids. They don't want their own personal kids. They just fine being a step parent. They cool with that. And then there's some people out there that don't even want to be the step parent. They don't want you to have no kids either, but they don't want no kids. And, I mean, it's so many stories of how this could go. It's so many. The moral of the story is, because I'm getting into it. The moral of the story is, when you out here manifesting, be specific, child. Be specific of what you want. Because you ain't being specific, and then you out here talking all this shit to the person, and like you wasting their time. You wasting their time. When you realize here's my thing. When you realize after you've manifested the person that you want, right? Or that you think you want, after you got that person and then you realize that there's some other things that you don't really have from that person you're not getting. After you had a discussion with that person, because communication is key. It unlocks all the doors. Once you had a communication or you've gotten into communication with that person, and y'all talking or whatever, figure out if the things that the person is lacking that you really need and that you really want, figure out if they can give it to you. Ask them. Shit, ask them. Ask them if they can give it to you. Now, if they can't give it to you, then move the hell on. Stop trying to, I'm going to stay with them for a couple more years. And if I show them that I'm this type of person, and they go, no, they don't. No, they damn don't. No, they don't want it. They told you they didn't want it. Listen to people the first time. People tell you what they want, how they gonna act, and all of that. Listen to them people. Stop trying to force it, baby. Stop. I know what you want. I know what you're trying to hold on to. I get it, honey. I get it. But if somebody is telling you that they don't want this, or they not with this, or they not gonna do this, believe them. Don't be sitting there trying to change somebody's mind. Don't be trying to convince them to be like you. There is only one you, baby. And you are unique. And you have, your own special things that you want and need and desire. And don't get me wrong, when you link up with another person, another individual, you might get with a like-minded individual who don't mind them things as well. But if they don't, baby, move on. Move the hell on. That is the moral of the story. Shit.